With us now is Rabbi Dov Lipman, the founder of Yad L'Olim and a former Israeli Knesset member who has the pulse on the situation now for visiting Israel. Rabbi, thanks so much for being with us. What are you hearing? Will Israel again delay the opening at the borders for individual tourists?
Absolutely, Jeff, and it's great to be with you. We at Yad L'Olim are taking hundreds of requests for help per day from both Israelis and their family members abroad. And from our assessment, any talk that was there about August 1st was very premature. Israel's very clearly going to always look at the airport as the first line of defense against corona. And I see them being very, very hesitant about even opening up September 1st to all tourists. I do believe that it will be with some kind of rules. We're trying to lobby to make sure that family members can get in for weddings and all kinds of family events. But the short answer to your question is even September 1st, I don't know if we can say with clarity that it'll just open it up to anyone who's vaccinated.
Well, the big thing with September, it's the high holidays, and that is normally the busiest travel week for individual tourists of the year. Literally, tens of thousands of people every single day before the Chagim start. So, I mean, when we talk about September, is that even realistic because of the Chagim?
So it's interesting. There are dueling powers over here. On the one hand, you have the tourism ministry and certainly the finance ministry that understands the benefits of that tourism. I can tell you that at the moment, all the hotels for the holidays are booked and they're expecting to have that influx. But on the other hand, either government side, you're saying, but wait a minute, how are we going to be able to handle tens of thousands of people coming in and monitoring? And don't forget, during the holidays, they're not staying in their hotel rooms. They're going to be all over. There'll be all kinds of events. So my inclination right now, if I was a betting man, would be that the government would be very hesitant about that. That's also the same time as the start of the school year. And I think that people who are watching right now who are saying, oh, I heard September 1st, I'll start making plans. I would definitely hold back a little bit and wait and see, because if the numbers continue to grow in Israel, and if Israel feels we have to take efforts within Israel to get things under control, they're going to be extremely reluctant to open things up. People can certainly turn to us at yadlolim.org for guidance and understanding. But as I look at you right now, everyone should not get excited about any potential dates, because especially given that time of year and the amounts of people that we're talking about, the government might actually say we have to be even more careful instead of opening things up even more at that point.
Rabbi, non-citizens can still enter Israel with pre-approval if they have family here, first-degree family. But the process, it's been described as a black hole of emails. You send things out, you don't hear back. People are showing up at the ministry, the Interior Ministry, hoping for answers. Is there a way of improving or streamlining this process of permits?
So we've been lobbying for months for significant changes, and I'm actually here in the Knesset today because that's part of the meetings that I'm holding about this issue. There is a good news, and I really want to praise the new Deputy Minister, Idan Roll, from Yesh Atid, who has taken this issue as his issue. And we're hoping that within a few days, there will be a much more streamlined process where at least there's just one address for all the applications, where they're going to have a hamal, a war room of people taking in those requests for help. We at Yad L'Olim are going to be in touch with them, hopefully, if there are last-minute people who didn't get their answers, even though they followed all the rules. So there is an understanding from this new government that something has to change. Within Ayelet Shaked's Interior Ministry, that's the same. And we're hoping that even if the current rules stay in place, at least those who are following the rules and following the policies will get responses and be able to get on the plane and come here in accordance with all of the regulations that Israel has put in place. So we're working very hard on that. And we do hope that within the next few days, there will be an announcement from the Foreign Ministry with the exact details about how exactly that will work.